So Gem Story started out our business in 2013. We have been actually in all over Singapore for the last 2017, doing a lot of pop-up events and sharing our knowledge and showcasing our crystals to all the general public. And then further on, right now we are very lucky this time round in 2018 to be invited by Helium Mall to actually have a permanent booth over here, so that over there, we can actually showcase and display our crystals to all the shoppers. And then we would like to deliver positive energy for people who actually join us today, and also for the last 1 month. We have been here since 8th of Jan. This coming 7th February will be our last day over at Helium Mall. So for those who have not visited us, do join us and come and visit our pop-up store once you are available later, or even this upcoming 3 days. So we have been conducting a lot of various workshops and seminars for people, all around Singapore. And then we do corporate workshops and also all the various seminars and even product sharing to actually share with people the power of crystals, helping individuals to better understand about how the energy from each gems, our crystals, can actually help you on a day-to-day basis by delivering that positive vibes and positive energy. Day to day we are always overwhelmed by work and a lot of stress, due to day to day what we are encountering. So having crystals around with you actually help you to provide you with a positive mind, and we give you an additional boost in terms of your energy level. We are also invited to radio station to actually give sharing, to share with the Singaporeans on how crystals are effective and helpful to everyone's in the day-to-day life. So we try to advocate everyday life with Gem Story, and then having the crystals with you on a day-to-day basis, helping you to actually meet up with daily challenges. Okay, just to go through the topic for today. So it's just going to be a 1-hour talk, a quick sharing session. So what we will be highlighting today will be for Crystals 2018, where we actually go in and zoom down to the birthstones, and then helping you to identify what are some of the healing properties for all the birthstones that you can see over. There's a chart there, and then to tell you how you can actually use these birthstones on a day-to-day basis. And then we go in deeper to discover the properties of 7 chakra crystals. People who are actually into meditation, or people who are into 7 chakras, you may want to find out more on how these chakras crystals can help you to balance your chakras energy, and then learning yourself what are chakras and why are chakras important in our day-to-day in terms of the energy level where we have them in balance. And next we will be talking about cleansing and cleaning your crystals. Especially we talk about energy cleansing, we talk about charging your crystals on a day-to-day basis, because we forgot that on a day-to-day basis when we do and use our crystals, the crystal's energy will be depleted and it will be affected. So we have to learn how to charge and cleanse them regularly to ensure that you are being able to harness the positive energy from the crystals on a day-to-day. And the last part of the session today, we'll be talking about the importance of cleansing and blessing your house. As we know that upcoming, this is a new year. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to celebrate our lunar Chinese New Year. So everyone is busy doing spring cleaning, trying to actually clean up your place. But one most important thing that we shouldn't forget is that we have to also cleanse the energetic field within our environment and our space. So we will teach you and let you know the importance of cleansing your living space, by clearing all the lower negative energy, and how you can actually invite and bring in blessing, which is positive energy, into your living space. Okay, we'll go in to the topic for today. The first topic, talking about the power of crystals on 2018, the birthstones. Okay, how many of you actually know about your own birthstones? Have a shout hand. Anyone? Or some of them know, right? Okay, so for those people who are know, maybe I just do a more interactive session, instead of me just talking here, So when you actually know that your birthstones is, let's say, we talk about from January to December. So whenever you actually buy crystals related stuff, you guys will be actually targeting the only stone that's related to you, or you are also open to find out more about other birthstones. Because sometimes when we talk about crystals, a lot of customers who always come to me saying that, how do I know whether this crystal is suitable for me? If I want to actually buy something for my friend or my loved ones, right, how do I know whether these crystals are actually suitable for them? So one key thing to zoom in, right, most of the time, when we actually share and teach our customers are really to zoom down into their particular birth month. Easier for everyone because when we talk about birthstones, right, the reason why these birthstones are categorized under the various respective months is because every month has got a vibration, frequency, energy that's tagged to the respective crystals. So as we reference back to the crystal's energy, we try to actually link the frequency and the crystal's minerals vibration with a particular month vibration. So most of the time, if let's say if you are someone that's new, which you do not know how to choose your crystals, you can actually use month as a reference, using your birthstones as a reference to find something suitable. Looking be it accessories or even something like a piece of minerals that can actually be placed around the living space. So this can be one of the quick references that you can do it. And then we talk about gemstones, right? How does this come about in association, right, with all the various months? So if you really zoom into historical records, right, they are believed, right, to be, back to the biblical era. When we talk about, in Moses' time, right, they actually use this particular references to get them right to link it to all these respective natural minerals. They believe that these minerals has got a certain vibration frequency that will resonate, with the power and also helping individual to identify themselves to connect with the universe or with the nature. So that's the reason why, right, subsequently, as it passed to a later part of the newer, we call it the new civilization, people also link them with astrology, zodiac sign, etc. So in Chinese astrology, we have the Western astrology. So both astrology actually are in close reference using birthstones as references. So later part, right, what we will do is we will go in to identify, the different birthstones and also their healing properties. So in many, since the ancient civilization to now the modern age, right, people are always connected and very interested in finding out, right, what's the best crystals for them and how they can actually use crystals to actually help them on a day-to-day. But the problem is that many people are not able to actually find out what are the most suitable crystals for them. And end up, right, people start buying too many things. It's like you keep collecting a lot of crystals and then end up there will be a lot of people who realize that after a while, right, wow, your whole home is stocked up with all the crystals. Correct. How many of you have this experience? Oh, okay. Yeah, so you realize at the end of the day, right, all these crystals are left there. Sometimes you don't even bring them out to actually use them or even, it's a waste because these are all the power of Mother Nature that's kept in your home, but, probably in a box or in a drawer or whichever. We need to learn how to actually use all this positive energy, right, to even give it to people, by delivering this energy out, right? If you think that this energy is good and you want to share with your loved ones, dig out all those crystals because people are doing spring cleaning, right, this couple of few weeks, right? If you do have crystals, right, that you think it's good and powerful and it has helped you to a certain extent, bring them out, cleanse them, and then give these crystals, deliver this positive energy again back out to people around that you think that they need energy. I think this is a very good gesture of sharing, especially in this festive season. So when we go in to look at the different crystals, we talk about the different months. January to April, the first 4 months, we're looking at what is the January stone. You will be wondering, right, how come some of the crystals that is seen over at the chart here, right, is actually different from some of the sharing in terms of the crystals. Because you see, when we talk about crystals and gems, right, there are certain level of, we talk about price, right? We try to make it affordable for everyone, right, to be able to have their birthstones. So what we did is that, right, on another level, we try to actually identify similar healing properties for all the different gems related crystals versus the natural minerals. And then come up with some affordable and good energy crystals to allow more the general public to have them. So you see, if you were to realize, right, some of the gems are actually similar in healing properties. So it actually helps to allow these people who actually own them at the end of the day. I wouldn't get people to buy diamond, right? Like if you, how many of you can afford to buy diamond? Or we talk about emerald, it's so expensive. Ruby, sapphire, those are super expensive gems. Not everyone can actually get them. So how we do it is that we use the minerals that is presented over here to actually link up with the healing properties and then share about the background, physical and emotional healing properties to everyone. So going back, right? January stone. How many here are all January? There are any January birth? Oh, January. Garnet. Garnet is actually your birthstones. Okay, just to share a little bit, right? Garnet is a very powerful stone because it's a stone of health. It helps with actually rejuvenating and your motivational energy. It gives you a very energized feeling. Because for people who use garnet, if you wear it as a pendant or a bracelet, right, it actually helps to rejuvenate your energetic field. And why is it that it's a stone of health, right? It's because it helps with the circulation within our body ecosystem. So it gives you that, vibes to actually, go through your day to day, especially people who are lethargic, right? Easily tired, easily drained. Garnet on the physical healing properties aspect, you can also use them on a day to day by wearing them with you. And then when we look at, of course, chakras, later we will touch more. Garnet is actually dark red crystals. They are all associated, right, with more grounding, the root and the sacral chakra. So you can use this, right, to actually ground and anchor yourself. So garnet for people who are actually always feeling very, very lethargic, very easily emotional, you can also use garnet to actually ground yourself on a day-to-day basis. When we talk about amethyst for the February stone, anyone here? Amethyst, February? Okay, so February stones, right? Amethyst. Why is it that we link February to amethyst? Amethyst is actually a very calming and distressed stone. It is always associated, right, with decision making, mental clarity, and also helping you to actually make a concise decision on the day to day if you are in a typical environment where you need to always make crucial decisions. And then it helps to relax and calm your mind down. You realize that a lot of all the businesses or business owner, they like to keep the big, huge amethyst cave, right? Just like one lady told me that, she got one cave, it's like people want to give it to her, It's actually a very, very good stone, right, for house because it helps to energize and amplify your energetic field within your living space. And then plus, right, because for amethyst cave, right, they are all natural geodes. And then with ability to actually hold and trap the energy in that particular location or space. So how does it work is that because for amethyst, they are the few crystals that do not need to be recharged. So most of the time, amethyst allow you to help to charge your other crystals. So for people who have those big caves, right, they will throw their bracelet, their other tumble stones, or even the smaller stones inside to charge their crystals. So you can use amethyst as a form of charging device. Just like when you charge your handphone, charge your iPad, right? Yeah, amethyst is like a charger point for us. So you can put all the crystals inside to charge. And then amethyst again, right? Sometimes for people, I don't know whether nowadays social media, right, you do see actually videos that they showcase all the huge amethyst cave where some people even sit inside the cave to meditate. So they feel very calm and peaceful when they sit inside and they feel very relaxed. Yeah, because in the other countries, let's say Brazil, Uruguay, they have got really like amethyst museum where they actually showcase those super huge amethyst cave, right? For people to even visit and then they can let them try to meditate and sit and to feel the calm vibrational energy produced by amethyst. So it's very interesting. So for those people who are born in February, amethyst is your birthstone, so it's actually readily available around. But the only thing that just to be careful because amethyst has got different location of supply. So we have Brazil and Uruguay. Uruguay are mostly the intense dark purple amethyst. Brazil are the lighter purples. So you may choose according based on your budget and also your connection between this amethyst, whether you like dark purple or you like the lighter purple, they're from different locations. So just to take note. Okay, so to find out more on how to choose amethyst, right, later visit me at the shop, right? I can share more with you guys. So we go in, to March, coral. Coral nowadays, if you realize, it's very difficult to get. It's expensive, okay, especially corals from Japan. Ultra expensive. Why? You may be wondering, is coral a crystal? Why is it that coral forms under crystals? Basically, corals are fossil, they are found underwater. So they are actually formed, right? Because corals basically, if you go down to deep sea, right, these red corals are very rare. Rare in the sense that it's getting lesser and lesser because people are mining them and then bringing them out from the seabed. So people are starting to collect them and make them into beautiful jewelries. Nowadays, you see, right, all the corals, beautiful jewelries are all costing at a very high price. And most of the time, it's not easy to also get genuine corals because more and more corals are either, they are created or they are dyed. It's not the usual corals. So typically when we actually, that's why for us, Gem Story, right, we only sell the coral chips because coral is too high and it's very, very difficult to obtain the good quality ones. So just be careful when obtaining corals. But the reason why we choose corals as part of our birthstone is because corals has got a very good energizing and helps with blood circulation. You know, for people who have got heart issues, who have got blood disorder, you know, you can wear corals, especially the elderly, to help them with their blood circulation and also the rejuvenation of their blood cells. These are very good. Corals are literally very good on this aspect. And then we go in to April, quartz. Very, very easy to find quartz all around, especially in Singapore, or we talk about any crystal shop that you go in or walk in, you may be able to find clear quartz or white quartz. Why is it so? Do you guys know? Why is it that so easily available? Do you know that in the whole world, almost 70 to 80%, we are all surrounded by quartz? Are you guys aware? Everywhere around us, even now, the phone that you're holding on to, the watch that you're wearing, you know, it's all made of quartz related stuff, because our headphone, mobile devices, our electronic devices, all comes with quartz inside, if not, right? Because quartz is highly conductive. They're used for conducting, energy. You know, like all the different power that we use for the current, voltages, all this, right? All our electronic boards itself has got this embedded quartz. Those what we call it, the parts, right? That is actually able to allow the conduction of electricity and all the individual energy to be delivered. So, and quartz is also very powerful because why? Quartz has got ability for energy amplification. They are actually known as the mother of all crystals. When you put quartz, right, with all the rest of the other crystals, it will actually raise and energize the crystal's energy concurrently. And quartz has got the ability, right, to also help you to boost up your overall chakras energy. When we talk about quartz, because it's clear white color. Okay, so later during the chakra sharing, I will talk more on why clear quartz itself, right, it's so powerful and it's always associated, right, with our crown chakra. Okay,